Arted Out friends, this is Rami Taylor from Rio Rancho, New Mexico, and I got a request from Diana from the group to show her how I'm making my crocheted rug. So here's one that I made a few years ago, and this one is 30 inches wide, but you can make them as wide as you need. That's the fun of doing a project like this. So we've got a lot to show you, and I'll go ahead and get started, and thanks for letting me do this for you guys.
For cutting the fabric strips, I use a cutting mat, a clear ruler, and a rotary cutter. But don't worry if you don't have any of those tools. Scissors and a ruler will work just fine. And you'll need a size Q crochet hook. Cut strips of fabric to be 2 inches wide. You can see here the fabric I am cutting is folded in half. It's just easier to handle that way. And as I mentioned, if you don't have a rotary cutter, scissors will work perfectly fine. Next, join the fabric strips together to make one long continuous strip. Start by taking the ends of the first strip fold them over about an inch from the end. And snip about 1/2 inch. It's a little cut. And make sure you don't cut through the end of the strip. Now take the second strip and do the same thing. To join the strips, put the second strip through the hole of the first strip. Find the tail of the second strip and feed it through the hole in the second strip. And then gently pull the first strip and the second strip to make sort of a slip knot. This is how we'll create the long continuous strip of fabric to crochet with. There are really no color rules here, so pick any fabrics and put them in any order that you like. To begin, create a slip knot. You're going to pull that end all the way through and then just work with it, making a space big enough to insert your crochet hook. Pull it tight, somewhat tight, and chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. For the next stitch, find the outside or the top loop in the first chain stitch. Insert the hook, yarn over, pull through 1, pull through 2, yarn over, chain 1 to travel. That's the stitch you'll use to make this entire rug. Insert the hook, yarn over, pull through 1, pull through 2, yarn over, and chain 1 to travel. And there's the next loop. Sometimes you have to work with it. Insert the hook, yarn over, pull through 1, pull through 2, yarn over, and chain 1 to travel. And you're just going in every top loop there. And because I started with a chain of 5, I'm pretty much crocheting around 5 loops to complete my second row. Your rug is going to want to curl up on you, but don't get discouraged. Keep going. The bigger the rug gets, it will eventually lie flat. So I'm going to show you right here how to avoid curling up the rug. So instead of going in that very next loop, you're going to skip it and go to that loop. So insert the hook, yarn over, pull through 1, pull through 2, yarn over, and chain 1 to travel. And you're going to do this on your third row. So starting on your third row, you're going to do it like this. See what I'm doing there? I'm lining up the loops to see which loop I'm going to insert my hook into. So it's not that one, it's the next one. Insert the hook, yarn over, pull through 1, pull through 2, yarn over, and chain 1 to travel. Not that loop, that loop. And by sewing like this, by crocheting like this, you'll give your rug more space, and then it won't have a tendency to curl. And there's that knot. Remember when we joined the fabrics together? Just work with it the best you can. So, going into, skipping that loop, going into that loop. Insert the hook, yarn over, pull through 1, pull through 2, yarn over, and chain 1 to travel. And you'll, oh, there I'm lining up my stitches again, so I know exactly which loop to go into. Inserting the hook, yarning over, pulling through 1, pulling through 2, yarning over, and chaining 1 to travel. You see, it takes 2 hands to do this job. Fabric is different than yarn. And I want to show you my hooks here. I bought this hook and it doesn't work. That hook right there is too big for fabric and the top is too sharp. So this hook is a lot better. It's a little bit shallower, smoother on the head, and there's a little bit more space at the hook. So the Susan Bates hook is going to have to be for another project. About color balance. I use the 60-30-10 rule, and so what that means is that is a bulk of the color right there in my rug. So that's the 60. 60% of my rug is going to be those lighter colors. 30%'s the dark, and there's the 10% pop of color. It's a design concept. You don't have to do it, but I just follow it because I like the balance of color in my projects. So now I'm done. Happy stitching, you guys.